Greetings, Warriors of the Ring. My name is Strider656, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to this new tournament series where I'm just exploring the War of the Ring 2023 World Tournament. As I said in the introductory video, if you haven't watched it, I'm going to make 2 videos of each game. One of me playing live and one of me playing just a replay file and trying to remember what happened in a much quicker manner. So hopefully you enjoy this video, and let's just dig into it. So my first game, I'm playing Suchy. Suchy has played War of the Ring for a while. He's newer to the Java client. A friend got him into it, and he sent him for the tournament. So we'll see how this goes. He decides he wants to go free in this first game. We agree to no tokens. I just say I don't want tokens, so we're doing no tokens for free. So I'm going to get my shadow game in first, hoping for a good game here. I say, ready to go. He says, great, how many eyes? I say, no eyes. He says, okay. I say, but you have to fellowship okay first. He says, so let's roll. And I roll 3 eyes. And thank God, oof, it just hurts. It doesn't thank God for anything. This is horrible. This is like awful start. I say, OMG, what is this crazy roll? He starts moving the fellowship. I hit him. So I'm hoping for a 3 so I can get rid of Gandalf. That's a 1. Actually, I'm hoping for a less tile and a reveal so we can get out of Mordor. Because I have my cards in hand are Lidless Eye and Shadows of Misty Mountains. Doesn't really help, but it's nice to get the Fellowship revealed outside of Mordor. He says, I say it's a 1, LOL. He says, no reveal rate. Does Gandalf? I said, does Gandalf's toe hurt? And I say, yeah, no reveal. He says, no, not yet. So he just takes the corruption. And now it's my first action of the tournament. I start by mustering Isengard to war. My thoughts are I want to get Saruman in, and I probably want to move some armies around with the two movements I have. Let's explore it. He draws a strategy card. Interesting. And I move to Gorgoroth, and I move my guy into Moria. My plan is to eventually play Shadows on the Misty Mountains, but not yet. He moves the elves down to track 2. And I bring Saruman in now because he can't get Gandalf, even with that Will of the West, because Gandalf can't just magically suicide. So here we go. He decides to use his last action, surprisingly not to move the Fellowship, but instead to just do the classic army movements that we all know and love, the Carrick and the Westamnet. My last action, I'm just going to move some more armies around. So I choose to do the Far Harad to Near Harad, and I choose to start moving towards the Doom line. This is all pretty standard stuff, so it doesn't really clue him in on anything. Here we go to turn 2. Say, turn 2, woohoo. He says, yep. I run into control 9 to get his dice back. I draw into On and They Went and Threats and Promises. Threats and Promises sucks. I don't want this card. So I have Lidless Eye, which is a piece of crap. And I have Threats and Promises, which is horrible. So I'm not happy with my... And I have the red 3. The only good card in my hand in my saving grace right now is Shadows in the Misty Mountains, because I love that card. And it's great to just get that early. He says Fellowship okay, but I noticed he didn't draw, so I tell him to draw. He does. He says Eyes. I allocate 1, and I roll no more. So good thing I allocated 1. And he rolls this. I'm happy to see he's playing the Will of the West first. That means he's not trying to kill Gandalf off to get. And instead, he's deciding to really solidify Gandalf in the Fellowship. So he plays Wizard Staff. And he draws a character card. And I smile. And now I move Sauron to war. Because my plan now is I'm going to rush the Dew line going up, up, up. I might try to move these guys out into Carrick. But I don't think I have enough actions for this. All right. So say okay. I decided to draw a strategy card first. I remember now. Just because I want to see if there's anything that can help me move quicker. Hoping for like a Shadow Lengthen, Shadows Gather. Anything would help. But lo and behold, I didn't get it. So he passes, and now I decide to move them up and out because I don't want to give away my Shadows on the Misty Mountains. Yeah, that's my thought. So moving up, he's still passing, and I'm going to keep moving up. And now he plays Strangel's Archers. I remind him in the chat that he doesn't get a Gandalf draw, but he still gets another strat card. In case you didn't know, he says, yep. So he draws the start of the strategy card. Continue my movement up. He's moving the Fellowship. He can't get hurt here. So roll a 4. It's a total miss. I say Saf, E. Safe. It kills nothing. And now I'm going to play Shadows of Misty Mountains, which I do. Let's see what he does. Oh, he moves the elves down before putting the die out. In the future, just make sure that, Suchy, if you're watching this, just make sure to, before you do an action, you put your action die out. So, anyway, he plays the game really well, just so you know. This is a close game. I'm not going to tell you the result, though, unless you watch the full one. So I decided to leave one behind in case of military shenanigans. That's my reason for that. All right, we go on to turn 3. Turn 3, I draw into Candle of Corpses and Horde from the East. So not happy about... I'm happy with Deadly Strife. Happy with the Storm of Bats, just so I have a Storm of Bats, but I wanted a movement card before. Now he draws 2. He's telling me that. I said, discard 1. Fellowship isn't okay till your cards are set. He asks how to discard it. I said, just hit delete. I won't see it. It's a set, and he says, yep. I allocate an I because I'm required to. And I roll this. I'm not happy with this roll. I remember in the long video I probably say it too. This sucks. Like, this is horrible. I need army actions here. Let's see what he rolls. Oh, did he roll? He did roll. He rolled first. Usually Shadow rolls first. So let's see what he does. He starts by playing... Ooh, interesting. So I remember this now. He plays Spirit of Mordor. Happy to see this because now I know I don't have to worry about mixing armies anymore. But unhappy because I don't want any hits to happen. Let's see how he rolls. As I go for it. Ooh, 2 hits. That hurts. So my choice is to eliminate an elite. Because there's not a lot of elites in the pool. And I can always bring these guys over and connect them. So not too bad. Just 2 wounds. I'm aware. And now I decide to play the 3 tile. And my next thought is I want to draw a character card hoping for like any kind of like Ring Razor Abroad because I only have 2 attacks here. So my thoughts are if I attack Dale, right, then that's going to bring the North down twice. And then if I attack Old Forest Road, it brings them down again. And I don't have enough moves to get these guys into character block musters from happening. So that's why I'm delaying my attack here. And I'm also thinking I want to bring the Southlands and Easterlings to war using these musters. The reason I'm not is because I'm going to hold a muster off to see if he decides to bring anything to war for me so I can get the Witch King. Let's see what he does. He moves a Fellowship. I totally miss. It's like a 1. That's the worst I could roll. Safe. Now I draw a character card, and what do you know? It's the Flockstiff Turd Bane. I hate this card. The only thing good about it is the combat effect. It's one of the best combat effects for character because advantageous position doesn't block it. All right, he passes. Now I'm thinking, and I bring the guy. And I think I'm thinking of yeah. I'm bringing my guys to Carrick here and to reunite this army. But we'll see what happens as I go. He passes again. He's one of my musters bring the Southlands and Easterlings down. What am I going to do here? I don't remember. I have to see. Oh, interesting. Now I attack Dale. So, that way, if he uses a muster to muster into Carrick, I could use... Not muster into Carrick, sorry. If he brings the elves to war, I get the Witch King. So I'm trying to make it as appetizing as possible for him. All right, so I'm letting know I'm playing a strat card. He thanks me for it. He does no card, and I play Storm of Bats. Let's see if I get a hit. And I didn't even need the Storm of Bats. So that's 2 hits. And he rolls 1, and he re-rolls, and he misses. I'm on the board. First point of the tournament. Yay. The North is not at war, and now I'm hoping I can move the North. He doesn't. He plays Guards of the Citadel. I don't like this. Actually, I remember when I played the game, I actually liked it because it was away from where I am. But it could be a problem in the future. So he gets his leader and his elite. Now I'm going to... I decide to draw a strategy card. And my reason for it is because Lidless Eye and Flocks suck, and Threats and Promises suck too. So I know that if I draw 2 cards, I have 2 cards that are awful. All right. He accidentally shows me through a day and a night. And I have to do a question mark. He said, sorry, not intended, misclick. I said, I didn't see it with a smiley face. All right. And he moves the North to war. So I'm like, yes, it's time for the Witch King, baby. So here he comes. The Witch King is here. There he is. Everyone flips. And I have 9 dice. Hopefully with 9 dice I can roll better because this is going horrible so far. I draw into Rage of the Dunlings and Black Captain Commands. Both of these cards are better than my cards I had before. So I'm going to get rid of Lidless Eye. I'm going to get rid of Threats and Promises. So I do. Goodbye, Threats and Promises. Goodbye, Lidless Eye. I allocate one eye because I'm required to. Oh, this hurts. I roll 4 eyes. So this is not what I want to see here, because I can't attack. Yeah, I'm just not happy because I wanted more attacks to take care of the North. So I say, LOL, he passes. So this is kind of a misplay here that I do. What I should have done here is I should have used an army action to block Karakov for mustering. But instead I decided to bring the Southruns and Easterlings down to war. But then he decides to play We Prove the Swifter. I'm like, where are they going? Where are they going? They go to Parth Kellerbrunt. They did that by going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, wait, 1, 2, 3. And then the character's level 1, 2, 3. I think he could have gone further if he wanted to. Yeah, he could have gone 2 more. Because he's at 3, right? And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. He can go to Eastham but he stopped there. I asked him if he's going through the high pass. He said, yeah, he didn't say anything. So now I decide I'm going to undo my mistake. And now I'm making sure that my troops are full, hanging outside Lorien, and Carrick is taking over, so there's no North mustering. So I'm happy about this. Let's see what he does. He moves to Minas Tirith, and then he thinks he can't do it, but I remind him as a group he can move to the highest companion level. So now I'm worried about potential military victories. So I bring a Nazgul in. Excuse me. And I bring a regular guy into Gundabad. All right. He moves. He decides to play Mirror of Galadriel. Didn't see this coming. This is kind of a surprise to me. But I know I'm going to get a ring here. So I tell him, give me a ring. Because with this card, you can only change a character die to be Will of the West. So we talk about how to do it. And he gives me his Elven ring and makes it a will. So I'm happy. Now I can use my last actions to do Black Captain commands to attack into Woodland Realm. And then I could use a ring to attack into Lorien because he can't react. That's my thoughts here. Random letter here. Okay. So I said, I'm not happy about it. I can help him. And I laugh. So I play Black Captain commands to get my guys in, attack Lorien. They're at war. He chooses to siege. And I decided to leave a guy behind here because I don't want him to walk in and start mustering up. He asked if he should have the die now. I said, now you play well. We talk about how to crown Aragorn, so he crowns him, gets his die. And there we go. And now I use the ring. And I'm attacking Lorien before he can play Power Too Great. So even though this turn is going to be bad for me potentially because he's getting 5 dice, I'm happy because now the elves are in order. And it's not too terrifying. I tried to Orcs multiplying again and Breaking of the Fellowship. I don't know what he draws. What did I get rid of? The Phlox card because it sucked. I prefer having cards that limit die rolls, especially because I have all these Nazgul. All right, going to turn 5. I allocate. No, why is he didn't move? And I roll 1. And he passes. So I'm going to play Hill Trolls. I'm going to play it up here because I think there's enough troops to take out Lorien. And the muster points are a lot closer. So that's what I do. He passes again. Now I think I'm going to try to take Woodland Realm out. I'm probably going to play, if I remember right, I'm going to play Dread and Despair card, probably Breaking of the Fellowship. And he plays Shield Wall. That means I forfeit 2. So he rolls 1. And I get... I actually misrolled. I didn't roll enough. I get no hits in my combat. My reroll, it's 2, which makes a shield wall totally good. I'm happy to see Faramir, though, because that way... Because I was thinking military. You can hear me in the video, the other video, the longer video, talking more about it. But I'm concerned because he might have through a day and a night because I saw it. So, I mean, just so everyone's aware in these games and these videos... you have to always assume that the player you're playing against has the worst possible cards in your situation. So I would always guess he has that. Um, so I see this as open, but I also see Gondor is not at war. So that's why I'm not doing much to defend it right now. Also, like I said, Faramir's Rangers is gone, which is a muster card in Asgiliath. So that's gone. So I get one back, and I press. What I draw into? Drew into crappy Give It to Us, which isn't helpful right now. I had to remind him not to kill a die, and I choose a character card. I'm probably going to keep limiting his die rolls, so I do. He plays Confusion. Good idea for him. And look at this fantastic roll. I just want you to admire my great luck. So I roll all twos and a one, which means I hit myself. And my re-roll is a 1-2-2. It doesn't even make a pattern. It's 2-2-2, 1-2, 1-2-2. So horrible roll. I say awful 0, and he rolls one hit back. In addition to the confusion, so I'm done. Yes, if I press, but because my die is killed, it means I'm done. All right, he plays Axe and Bow and draws another character using Gandalf because Gandalf is still around. I attack Woodland Realm again. What am I going to play here? Probably Deadly Strife. Let's see how this roll goes. Ooh, Heroic Death. So I need 5 hits. 5 hits would take this out. Let's see how I roll. I'm going to read the roll out loud to you. I roll a 2, a 6, a 1, 2, and a 5. That's 2. I re-roll a 4, 1, 2. So awful. 3 hits. Minus 1 with the Heroic Death. So that's 2. And he gets 2 back. So thankfully, he didn't get hit hard back. All right. He puts him on the card, and I stop and draw. Because I don't want to press. It's really getting dangerous up here. What did I draw into? Relentless Assault. This is helpful because the Aragorn is here. I usually hate this card, but it's actually timely right now. He's doing the Fellowship. Even if he gets hit, nothing's going to happen. But in the game, Strider is excited and an idiot. So I decide to draw a card, a tile. Now, just so you're aware, the rules state that in the tournament, if we make a misplay like this, we just undo it because it shuffles anyway. And I remind him there. I said, sorry, that draw doesn't happen. You make a choice on Wizard Staff first. Ignore the 3. It gets shuffled in. He says, yeah, I will. Then move it down. So he kills Wizard Staff, and it's gone. Now I attack Lorien. I want to shift to here. I'm thinking of playing a Relentless Assault. Probably Rage of the Dundenlings, because I like this just in case military stuff happens. The king is revealed. He asks what the key is for no card. Now, here's my Relentless Assault. So I hit on 4s here. And I'm doing this because I don't have much for rerolls. I want to read to you this fine roll because I do remember what happens here. So I'm hoping for, 4 to 6. Here's what Strider rolled. A 3-2, a 5-2, and a 3. And I rerolled another hit. So it's 2 hits. Not terrible, but this is awful. And to make, he gets 2 back. So I decide to press because I want to try to finish it off. It's got 3 left. I don't draw a card though. I do no card, hoping for some miracle I get 3 6s here. After these rolls, I'm thinking the dice owe me. Out of curiosity, let's view my statistics right now. It's not bad. I want to share with you my statistics so you can all see it. So it isn't. I'm complaining a lot, but if you look, I'm +1 on 6s. But I want you to pay attention to the 2s. I'm +6 on 2s. All right, let me go back to the former screen so we can continue the battle. All right, let's see how this roll goes. Let me get rid of this. It's on. You can't see it in yours. I can. All right, no card. Ooh, look, I was right. Lucky. I got 3 6s. Say lucky. He says, nice, dude. I say, yeah. And he gets one back. I said, did not expect it at all. So I'm so happy that Lorien's gone. Now he plays Smeagol. And he draws a character. I say, have you added the tile yet? He asked me that. And I tell him I did. I draw a strategy card, and I draw into Monsters Roused. Now I'm hoping I'm going to use Monsters Roused to finish off Woodland Realm, because I need to move on this military front, just in case he does military back. All right. I said we reclaim them when you get to Mordor. I moves Gondor down, so now I should start getting worried. But I'm gonna take Lorien out while I can by playing Monsters Roused. Let's say Lorien. I mentioned this before, so I made mistakes in previous games where I call Lorien Woodland Realm and I just reverts them. It really bit me in my games against Pooh Daddy in the tournament because I always make a mistake. And if they already play a card and you play a card and you have a battle, you can't take it back in a tournament. Thankfully, he didn't play a card. Plus, I can't really attack myself. Um, so I changed my mind and say, all right. And I mentioned in the log, I was just commentating about how I confuse Woodland Realm and Lorien all the time. He asks for my channel. I'd say this video is rated R. Not the one I'm doing now, but the one I did live. All right, so I play a strat card. It does no card back. And luckily, I got another horrendous roll here, but I got 2 5s on the reroll. Thank God for Desperate Battle. I said, wow. All right. He gets 2 back. Did I take the 2? I did. I take the 2. Did I take the 2? I do. I killed an elite. Okay, I was worried that I might have done something by accident. All right. So I tell him, so he lets me draw for Witch King, which I appreciate. I got Corsairs of Umbar. Go to see that. Just in case he overmusters in Gondor, I could always do a surprise Woodland Realm or Dol Amroth hit. Now I decide to use this to what did I do? Oh, he's bringing his stuff back. I block. I decided to do 1 regular in South Rune and 1 regular here. I also mustered, I believe, and I could be wrong, I mustered Elite into South Rune while I was talking. I might have missed it. I did. It's in the log. All right. So we go on to turn 6. Turn 6, I draw into Nazgul Search and Fighting Urukai. Fighting Urukai is good if I decide to go Helm's Deep, and it presses the battle. So I'm happy to see this one. Allocate an eye and roll 1 more. And I have tons of musters. Tons. So now my thoughts are I'm going to move my Nazgul around to start. Is that what I'm thinking? I don't remember. Let's see what I do. Old Forest Road. Oh, my first thought is I want to get rid of that north unit so I can condense forces without worrying about him sneaking in. He asked the question what I mean, and then we figure it out, and I got 1 hit with no card. He does no card, gets a 1. I'm happy to see that, and I'm not required to move anyone in, so I don't. He passes, and now I'm gonna threaten here so that he uses his dice to ignore the military potentials down there. So I do that, and I plays Riders of Theoden, and he draws a strat with that because he played a Palantir, I believe. Yep. All right. I move up my armies, and I move to Umbar to make him get worried about DA too, because I can do that as well. And I plays Emerald of Dol Amroth. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going there. Not happening. And now I decide to just do the voice muster to get tons of elites here. And he starts moving in the Weston Net armies. Now I decide to feint into Rohan, so that I can reinforce my armies up north. That's my thoughts. I mean, I could go in, but he's got 2 characters left, and I'm also trying to prevent him because if you notice, he moved these guys out here, and I don't want them going here right now. So I want to scare Helm's Deep and distract him because I'm pretty weak down here. By roll, I get 1 hit, and he gets 2 back. Horrible luck. I move everyone out because Gandalf is nowhere to be found, and I don't care about them going into here. So he retreats, and he moves them into Helm's Deep. Now I decide to muster an elite because I need to protect the military potential victory here, because I can see that this would be dangerous to hit. He passes. I decide to play my 1 card, my Give It to Us, and I decide I take it back because I'm thinking instead I want to play the King is Revealed, so I can scare him military-wise. That's my thoughts. I want to intimidate him, so I do, and I add 5. I'm at a Nazgul, by the way, in the pool. I've already recruited all of them from the Witch King and from my natural muster up in earlier. All right, he moves to fellowship for his last action, and I miss. And my last action, I moved leadership around, so he could think I can go anywhere. I probably should move the Witch King here, in hindsight, but I'm thinking I can always condense armies later. All right, we go into turn 7. I draw an Isildur's Bane and Stormcrow. I'm going to eliminate the red tile now because I'm focusing primarily on military. I don't see him getting to Mordor this game, based on the diet, but basically he's only at step 5, and I want to finish this quick. I'm at five victory points here. All right, fellowship okay, so I kill it, and I allocate 1 eye because I have to, and I get 2 more. And look at this great roll he gets. Look at these hybrids. I want to show you the statistics on hybrids right now, in case you're curious. So he's +6 on hybrids this game. And he's minus on everything else, except characters. He's average. I don't know why it says -0 if it's even, but it does. All right, let's take you back to the game. And let me kill my my box here. All right, so now I'm thinking I want to attack Erebor and get it under siege. I also want to save my musters in case he starts going military to protect. He passes. I still have Orcs multiplying again too, just so I have that card ready to go. I decide to muster an elite and some Moran to protect that because not much I can do. I moves Rohan down. So now I see something different. I see if he brings Rohan to war, which he just might do, I can get them out here with that last muster. So I'm going to save that muster for later. Now I'm going to attack Iron Hills. No card is no card. I get 2 hits, which is 1, and he gets hit back. And I'm happy to see that because I need to get a full stack on there. He was a fellowship. And I missed totally. So safe again. Wow. He says you kill a lot of dudes in battle. I said true. Erebor, and I bring everybody. He says dwarves to war, right? I say yep. And that's important because I was doing this so I can get the dwarves to war. And now I can bring Rohan to war. I say yes, sir. What is he doing? He plays I will go alone. So now his corruption goes to 0, and Gimli is showing up here. This is a huge sign of me that he's going to go military. So he can do this all he wants. I just hope he doesn't go. The one route I don't want him to go is Moria, because I have no way to protect it. I don't have Pits of Mordor here. I already played Shadows of the Misty Mountains, so there's not much I can do to defend, except unless I bring these guys out into here. That's the only thing I can possibly do. So he does that. I said it's okay. Now I'm going to try to finish. Now I have a crazy idea. I want to take Erebor out like now. And I don't want to use Corsairs anymore, only because if I go Corsairs, guess who's going to march in? These idiots. So I don't need the Osgiliath army with Strider and Aragorn to come down here and take Umbra. So I'm going to use my, for those reasons, I'm going to play Deadly Strife. So he's playing a strategy card. Let's see what it is. Charge. So I remember the video, I was like, oh, F. Because we could just kill each other here if he gets a 2-hit charge. But his charge thankfully misses. And I roll 4 hits on the combat, and the reroll is a 5th hit. So I get 5. I'm so excited right now. He gets 3 back, but I don't care anymore about this army up there. So now I'm at 7 victory points. And now he's combining here and going up. So because he's going up and not this way, I think he might be going for Dol Guldur, which is great. Because if you look at Orcs multiplying again, it lets me do crazy musters. So I bring an elite to Dol Guldur. Because my thoughts are with my... this army is scarier, right? And I can get 3 regular... I only have 5 regulars in the pool. And Orcs multiplying again allows me to get 3 in each and up to the max. So I want to put 3 here and 2 here, which should be enough, hopefully, to hold this army off. Plus, I like that he's moving up so that I can go right into Minas Tirith. I only need 3 more victory points, so that could be 1 Pelargir, 2, 3 Minas Tirith. All right, now he plays through day and a night. which I thought he might have because he showed it before, but you never know. Like I said, you have to know the potential they could play. And now I give him a surprise. I play Orcs Multiplying again. He says XDDD, big smile. He says perfect counter. I say LOL. I was going to surprise him with it later, but there's no playable card here that would do anything because everyone's at war except for Rohan. So there goes my mouth. That's okay. He says, nice game, man. I said, I'm trying my best. It's still tough. I said, if you're a million hybrids. He said, I know that. I made a lot of mistakes, but that hurts. We're going to turn 8. This turn 8? Yeah, turn 8. I get Shadows Moving and War with Sorrow and Toil. War with Sorrow and Toil I'm not going to use at all because he's not moving the Fellowship. And, yeah, and he has all these characters, like companions out, so if he attacks, I might be able to move Nazgul in to prevent them from being powerful. He says, Fellowship, okay. I allocate 9 because I have to. And I had 0 more. So this rolls a lot better for me in general. He mentions that he hasn't rolled a will in many turns. I said, yeah, I know. Good thing you manufactured one before. And he starts by moving Rohan down. This is like a thank you. Thank you for the Witch King. So I decided to bring an elite into Orthanc. That way I could place Shadow is Moving and bring these guys out. Because again, not worried about Ents. Because that Gandalf the White is not in Fangorn because Gandalf the White can't show up. And now he's mustering elites into Helm's Deep. I decide to bring the Mouth in so I can get 2 attacks here. He passes. And I think about bringing the lead to Umbar. And my thought process was I can march these guys up and finish the game going 1, 2, 3, using the rest of this. But instead, I decide to get more guys in Orthanc to make Rohan more ridiculous. He passes, and I move those 2 armies up and out. And I was moving back to Osgiliath. I don't know what his plan is. Maybe he's thinking of slow walking back into Minas Tirith and to meet these guys in battle. Maybe he's thinking of going towards Umbar. But I'm looking at the dice here, and there's no way that he could get a military victory. Let's see what I do. I don't remember. I know it got late in the game. Oh, I'm going Pelargir. I'm going to tempt him to go military on me. I play Great Host. I just tell him I don't roll because it's an auto hit. And he gets a hit. He passes. And now I play the Shadow is Moving. And I move those guys. I think this is a misplay here. I don't like this play that I did. I moved these guys from Fords of Isen towards Edoras. I moved these guys out of Pelargir and left one behind. So 1, 2, 3. And then I realized I have to do one more. And I move those guys out into the field. He says, you have 7 points, right? I'm like, yeah. Then I realize my math is wrong. I have 8. I do my math. Lorien plus Du plus Pelargir. That's 2 plus 5 plus 1 equals 8. Which I write. He plays Elven Rope. Kills his, and then because I realized I didn't have enough dice anyway. I could attack. I could go for the win. Potentially. To see if I can possibly win. Because I do have double his troops. But I don't have many playable cards or rerolls. If I had a Relentless Assault, it would be more tempting. So I say, tell me your action. I need to change the die. He decides to do an army movement. So I'm happy to see this because he's very tempted. He could also have gone down here, but I mean this is juicy. So he does something there, and he goes up towards Rohan. And now I'm thinking I don't care about the military victory. I actually moved the Fellowship there by accident, but I go Osgiliath flipping the Mouth, and he chooses a card. I do no card. And it works. I get no hits. And he retreats to Minas Tirith. Because now my points are pretty much secured here. Because I'm thinking Edoras for sure, if needed, if he plans to retake here. And I can take Dol Amroth, or such Amroth, Minas Tirith, hopefully. So I'm definitely opening myself. This is definitely going to be the last round, guys. So this is the final turn. I've drawn a Morgul Wound and half Orcs and Goblin Men. So now my thoughts are, let's see what my roll is first. I'm going to turn 8. Allocate no eyes. Look at this shit-tastic roll. I got 4 eyes. And he's got a great roll. But I'm going to calculate here. So he starts by doing 2 army movement and moves everyone in here. And then he decides to move the other army into Rohan. He made a mistake in the log because he teleported the guys from Helm's Deep, which I would have preferred. Because if he teleported them to Helm's Deep, it would mean that I get an auto 3 points. So I'm happy about that. But then he decides to kill Saruman, which he's wrong about, because Saruman doesn't die. He just lives on the top of the tower. Only Ents can kill him at this point because there are no armies in there. I remind him how the rules work. Now I decide to attack Minas Tirith. With everyone but one. My thoughts are I'm going to use this Palantir to play Half Orcs and Goblin Men, and this Palantir to play Fighting Uruk-hai and take him out. Let's see what he does. This is a crucial move. He decides to use a muster to recruit a guy here. I could really care less about him. I decided to go forward with my plan. I bring my Isengard unit in. He attacks Pelargir. No card. He misses. I miss. He presses. I stay. No card. He rolls a 6, and I don't roll anything. But he has to move that elite in. So now he can't really do much with this guy. So now I'm going for the. I decide to because he just took that point before he musters. I just want to take Edoras out because he can't get there. I mean, he could go 1-2 and try to fight them off. But if he does that, I can go 1 after my battle with Minas Tirith. I can go 1-2 and attack here. He passes. Now I play Fighting Uruk-hai. This is a surprise I was hoping to get him on. I attack Minas Tirith, but he can't play a card. And I play Isildur's Bane, which tells me to forfeit 2 points of Nazgul leadership. I do have 2. This is a legal play. And I get 2 hits. And I say good game. And he concedes here. But it's not really, I wouldn't call it a concession. I call it a military victory. I do remind him in the log that he can, you could possibly take it back over by going 1 and then, unlike, I don't know what he has for cards, but he could try to retake Pelargir as an option. But if he does that, I'm going to just retake Pelargir, right? So that's what we talk about. So thank you all for watching this video. 37 minutes is much shorter than 2 hours. Let me know your thoughts. If you have time, please check out the other video. Let me know your thoughts on both. You can watch it on a quicker speed if you want. I know I don't talk a lot, but I'm trying something different. So thank you all for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me share with you the statistics before I forget, and then I'll let you go. Even though, like I said in every video, you're free to leave whenever you want because you are on your computer or your phone. All right, so I was minus for 5s and 6s. He was +2 on 6s. He didn't get a lot of movement at all. But, I mean, if he moved the Fellowship more, he might have been able to dunk the ring. But who knows? Who knows? So our next game hopefully is next week. And don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Bye.